It's Randy Orton. Oh,
I have voices in my head. They counsel me. They understand. They talk to me.
Hey guys, what's up? Mr. Beetle899 here, and today I'm going to be doing my predictions for Money in the Bank 2016, which is this Sunday. And yeah, let's get into the predictions. This should actually be a really good show, actually. I think the card is pretty stacked. I will say, though, I'm not a fan of having two pre-show matches. I just don't see the point. I just think, I just think two matches is too much, in my opinion. I think if you're having like an hour-long pre-show, just have one match. I just don't see the point in having two, in my opinion. I definitely think one of these matches is worthy of being on the main card. But let's get on to the pre-show matches, and I'll explain more later. So, firstly, we have Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler for the fourth time, technically. And I have no doubt this will be the last match. I know loads of people are complaining, like, oh, like this feud's gone on for ages, and yeah, it has, but I just don't really care about this feud, so I'm not too bothered about the fact that it's been dragging on for ages. Who do I think will win it? I've got to go with Baron Corbin. I just don't see Ziggler winning another match. They will probably want to build up Baron Corbin, as a top guy over time. I think they'll definitely do that. He's got that kind of size that WWE really like, and also, they're doing that whole new era kind of thing. So I guess a guy from the new era probably will win. So Baron Corbin, I think, will beat Dolph Ziggler. Next, Apollo Crews versus Sheamus. And honestly, I think this match should kind of be on the main card. I don't really see why it's on the pre-show. I mean, the only thing I can really think of is maybe because, like, the fact that they want to have the main matches go quite long. Like, there's like 3 matches on the main card that I feel could go really long. So maybe that's why they're just kind of, they want to have as much time for those matches as they can. So maybe that's why, but I just think this could actually be on the main card. And just think of it like this: Sheamus, right, cashed in his Money in the Bank on a Big 4 pay-per-view main event, and main evented TLC in December and November, and now he's on the pre-show in June of 2016. Like, that, I think that just really kind of puts into perspective for everyone, and how weird the booking has been with Sheamus over the past couple of years. But anyway, who do I think is going to win? I'm going to go with Apollo Crews. I think they're clearly, again, wanting to build him up, and I think a win over Sheamus will do that. But one thing that I think they brought up Apollo Crews at the wrong time. And the guy only came into NXT in August, and already he kind of got put up to the main roster, debuted on Raw and everything. I just don't think he's ready. I mean, in terms of in-ring stuff, yeah, he's definitely ready, but I think the guy I still think needs to work on his kind of promos and stuff. I just think they brought him up too early, personally, but that's a kind of separate topic, I think, that isn't really something that I should go in depth about on this video, because this isn't what it's about. So let's go on to the main card, and let's look at first the US title match between Rusev, the champ, and Titus O'Neil. This is an interesting one. Like, I will go with Rusev to win. I think that will definitely happen, but I'm not going to count out Titus O'Neil, because I think there's definitely that possibility he could get the belt, and it's kind of WWE's way of, kind of making it up to him by giving him that bullshit suspension. And maybe just the title feud is their way of doing it, but I think they may add to that by actually giving him the belt, even if it's just for a short time, and then Rusev gets it back. But I do think Rusev probably will win. I think it's most likely that Titus is just a placeholder for another feud for Rusev. So honestly, I'm not really expecting Titus to get the belt, but I do think the possibility is definitely there. Next, we'll look at Charlotte and Dana Brooke versus Natalya and Becky Lynch. This one was an interesting one. I wasn't quite sure what to think, because on the one hand, like, they may want to show dissension between Charlotte and Dana Brooke, but also the fact that the Charlotte and Dana Brooke partnership hasn't been around for that long, so it would be kind of a bit strange to kind of have them lose at the same time. So what I think they may do is they may have Charlotte and Dana actually win the match controversially or something, and then Sasha Banks comes out, maybe attacks them after the match, and then that builds up to a feud going into the summer for the Women's Championship. So I think that's probably what I'm going to predict here. Charlotte and Dana Brooke to go over and get the win over Natalya and Becky Lynch. So next we'll look at the tag team title match between New Day, the Club, Enzo and Cass, and the Vaudevillains. This one, I've seen a few people with different opinions. It's just mainly split between the New Day and the Club. And I think due to that kind of four-way environment and the fact that all the odds seem stacked against the New Day, I think the New Day will retain the belts, and they probably will end up pinning the Vaudevillains, would be my guess. I think this allows the Club to still feud with the New Day, and I think the Club will probably get the tag belts either at Battleground or at SummerSlam in a one-on-one or in a just like a single or like in a normal tag match where the two teams are just facing each other. I don't think they would win it in this environment. Honestly, I mean it could happen, but I just don't see it honestly happening. I think they will probably just have New Day retain the belts. So I'm gonna go with New Day. Next, we'll look at the Money in the Bank ladder match, I think. Now, this actually is a really, in terms of the people on the card, in the match, I should say, it's actually a really stacked match. You've got Kevin Owens, Cesaro, Sami Zayn, Chris Jericho, Dean Ambrose, Alberto Del Rio. And honestly, aside from one person, I honestly don't really mind who wins this. Like, Kevin Owens, I think, could be a really awesome Money in the Bank holder. Especially him as a heel, he could be a lot of fun holding that briefcase, talking shit to everyone about how he's going to be the next world champion. Cesaro, a guy who I always thought was very underutilized, a guy who's very, very over with the crowd, a great in-ring performer, and I definitely think that Money in the Bank briefcase could help him break out into the main event scene. Sami Zayn, another guy who I really like, and again, this would be a good way for him to break into the main event scene. However, I do think it may be too early to give him that sort of opportunity, but maybe it could work, and that's why I'm kind of open to Sami Zayn winning. I wouldn't mind it. Even Jericho, I wouldn't mind winning. Like, I know a lot of people would be like, "Oh, but Jericho's been here for ages, and I would be stupid." But I still like Chris Jericho. I'm really digging this heel run that he's doing, and this could end up being Jericho's if this could be Jericho's last run. Who knows? And maybe WWE wanted him to go out on a high and have the Money in the Bank briefcase and have a short world title run. I wouldn't mind it that much, personally. I've always really liked Jericho, so yeah, I honestly wouldn't mind a heel Jericho as world champion for a small amount of time with the briefcase. I mean, he did create the Money in the Bank ladder match after all, so they say. So it would make sense for him to win it at least once, but that's just me anyway. Dean Ambrose, again, I would really love him to win that because I think, again, he could be really cool with Money in the Bank because he's so off the wall and he's, the lunatic fringe. It could result in a lot of fun things they could do with him having the briefcase, and it's a good opportunity for him as well to break into the main event scene. The only person who I don't really want to get the briefcase is Alberto Del Rio, but I'm not really counting him. I'm still thinking that he has a chance just because Sheamus at last year's Money in the Bank and previous Money in the Bank pay-per-views, like when Daniel Bryan won it, I really didn't see him actually winning it, so I definitely think there's a chance of Del Rio winning it. Who do I think will win? My main two picks are Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose. I think those are the two people I think will win because I think they're the guys who I think will benefit the most from it, and I think WWE probably are most likely to put a world title on at this point. So that's why I'm going to go for either Owens or Dean Ambrose. Second to last match now on the card, and we look at AJ Styles versus John Cena. And I've actually really quite liked the build-up to this match. AJ's a heel, actually, I think it's been quite entertaining. I wasn't quite sure if it would work, him as a heel, but I think it's worked pretty well. He's got some good promos, and I'm glad that they did they're doing a singles match where the club aren't involved, because I just think that would have made no sense if it's AJ Styles signed the contract with the one with the club, because he complained how they interfered at how they interfered in his match at Payback and stuff, so it wouldn't make any sense. So, who do I think is going to win? I'm going to go with AJ Styles. However, I do not see AJ winning this clean, unfortunately. I would love him to win it clean, but I just don't see it. Either AJ will pull off some heelish shenanigans, or we may see the debut of Finn Balor on the main roster. And he may join the club, who knows. I think that would be I would be fine with that if it caused the debut of Balor. I'd be cool with that. But my winner, I'm going to go for AJ Styles. Final match, the main event. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Should be a really great match. I think these guys can definitely go out there and have a kick-ass main event. Who do I think is winning this? Well, honestly, I don't really think we'll get a decisive winner. However, I will go out and say Roman Reigns will retain the belt. I definitely think he's not losing the belt at Money in the Bank. He'll probably lose it at SummerSlam to whoever, whether it's Rollins or Ambrose or whoever. But I think he's losing it more around that time. And he's not really going to lose it here at Money in the Bank. I think they're going to want to continue the feud. I just don't really see Rollins winning the belt yet. But hopefully by the end of the year, Rollins has won the world title. Anyway, thank you guys for watching my predictions video. If you have enjoyed it, please give it a like. If you haven't already, subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.